Sometimes, it's the tiniest moments that can upend your entire life. It was just another Tuesday evening when my wife casually mentioned she was going out to dinner with a friend. At the time, I had no idea that those innocent words would lead me to witness something that would shatter our marriage in a single night. What I saw outside that restaurant didn't just break my heart. It demolished every belief I'd held about the woman I had loved for nearly a decade. Before I get into the full story, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, the events that follow are unbelievable. I had been married to Sarah for 9 years. From the outside, our life looked perfect. Stable careers, a home we had renovated together, and 2 amazing kids who brought both chaos and joy to our days. We were that couple friend referred to as relationship goals. Of course, we had our disagreements, where to go on vacation, how to handle the kids, whose turn it was to pick them up from school, but nothing that ever threatened the foundation we built. But that Tuesday night, something changed. I was sitting on the couch after dinner, scrolling absent-mindedly through work emails, when Sarah walked in from the kitchen, drying her hands on a dish towel. "I'm going out for dinner with a friend tonight," she said, her tone just a touch too casual, as if she were trying to sound normal. "Oh, who with?" I asked. There was a fleeting hesitation, a split second, but I noticed it. "Just someone from the office," she said. "I won't be late." No name, no details, no mention of which coworker or where exactly she was going. Normally, Sarah would share far more than I needed to know, every little plan, every detail of her evenings. This vague explanation felt off. I tried to dismiss the uneasy sensation building in my chest, telling myself I was overthinking things. Sarah had every right to dine with colleagues without a detailed itinerary. Still, as the evening wore on, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. By 7:45, she was getting ready to leave. When she came over to kiss me goodbye, I noticed it for the first time. The kiss was mechanical, barely brushing her lips against mine. No warmth, no connection, just a quick, obligatory gesture. "Have fun," I said, studying her face, but she couldn't meet my eyes. "Thanks. I'll text you later," she murmured, and then she was gone. I sat there, staring at the muted TV, though I wasn't really watching. My mind kept returning to her behavior, the evasiveness, the cold goodbye, the fact that she had changed outfits 3 times before deciding on one. Small details I had noticed but hadn't registered, until now. An hour passed. I sent a text, "How's dinner?" No reply. I waited another 20 minutes, then tried calling her. Straight to voicemail. That uneasy feeling in my stomach erupted into full-blown alarm. Something was wrong. I wasn't the jealous type. I had never snooped through Sarah's phone or questioned her whereabouts. I had always trusted her completely. But that night, every instinct I had screamed that something was off. Trying to calm myself, I decided I would drive by the restaurant she mentioned, Marcelo's, a small Italian place downtown. I told myself it was just to ease my mind, to prove I was being paranoid. Keys in hand, I left the house, feeling both guilty and justified at the same time. 15 minutes later, I arrived at Marcelo's and circled the parking lot twice. Her silver Honda wasn't there. Maybe she had parked on the street, I thought, scanning the surrounding area. I drove slowly around the block, checking every parked car, every pedestrian. Nothing. Just as I was about to give up and head home, feeling foolish, I saw her. She wasn't at Marcelo's at all. She was at a dimly lit wine bar across the street, a place called A Vine, partially hidden by hanging plants and decorative screens. Sarah was standing outside, leaning against a tall cocktail table. And she wasn't alone. A man was with her. From my angle, I couldn't make out his face clearly, but I could see enough. They were standing way too close. Her body language was all wrong, leaning in toward him, animated in a way I hadn't seen from her in months. Then I saw it, her hand resting lightly on his forearm as she laughed at something he had just said. My hands gripped the steering wheel tighter than I realized. I should have driven away. I should have waited until we were home to confront her. I should have done anything other than sit frozen in the car, watching the scene unfold across the street. But I couldn't look away. They chatted for another moment. Then he leaned closer. She didn't pull away. And then he kissed her. Not a casual peck or a brush of lips in passing. A real, lingering kiss. Deep, intentional, and unmistakably passionate. Her hand slid from his arm to the back of his neck, and she kissed him back. It felt as though a dagger had pierced my chest. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I could only watch the woman I had loved for nearly 10 years share a kind of intimacy with someone else that I hadn't experienced in over a year. That kiss lasted maybe 10 seconds, but it stretched into what felt like an eternity. When they finally separated, they were smiling at each other, a private, knowing smile, the kind that comes from sharing a secret. I had seen enough. More than enough. My car started moving on autopilot as I drove home, barely noticing the traffic or the lights. My hand shook on the wheel, my mind spinning with questions. How long had this been happening? Who was he? Were there others? Sarah arrived home just after midnight. I had been waiting in the dark living room for hours. She came in casually, as if it were any ordinary night, hung her purse by the door, kicked off her shoes. Then she noticed me sitting there. She jumped slightly. Jesus, you scared me. Why are you sitting in the dark? I flicked on the lamp beside me, my voice unnervingly steady. Who was he? Her steps faltered. What? The man you were kissing outside of Vine tonight. Who is he? Her face drained of color. For a brief second, I saw her consider lying, watched her brain race, searching for a story that could somehow make this seem normal. Then her shoulders slumped. Daniel, I raised a hand. Don't even try to explain. I watched. I saw everything. Tears welled up in her eyes. It's not what you think. I laughed bitterly. Really? Because what I think is that my wife went on a date with another man and kissed him. Please, do tell me how I'm wrong. Jason, she whispered. He works in marketing at my company. We've been talking. I never intended for it to go this far. I felt disconnected from you, from us. He was there, and he listened. You just what? I snapped, standing up, my voice rising. You just decided our vows didn't matter. You just ignored the kids sleeping upstairs. You just chose to betray me instead of talking to me about how you felt. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm so sorry. It was a mistake. I'll end it. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this. A mistake? I said, my voice sharp. Getting the wrong coffee order is a mistake. Texting the wrong person by accident is a mistake. What you did, that was a choice. A conscious decision, made knowing exactly the destruction it would bring. To me, to us, to our family. She reached out, but I stepped back. Don't touch me. Please, Daniel, don't do this. Think about the kids. Think about everything we built, she pleaded. I am thinking about the kids, I said quietly. I'm thinking about what example I'd be setting if I stayed with someone who betrayed me. I'm thinking about teaching them that this is what love looks like, and I can't do that. I walked past her toward the stairs, heading to our bedroom to pack a bag. Where are you going? She called, panic in her voice. To my brother's place, I said. I'll return tomorrow to sort out the logistics, but I can't stay here tonight. I can't look at you right now. Daniel, please, she begged. I'm filing for divorce. Sarah, that kiss wasn't a lapse. It was the end of us. That night, I sat on my brother's couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment. The distance I had felt from Sarah over the past month suddenly made sense. The late nights at work, the secretive phone calls, the distracted presence even when we were together. I had missed the warning signs because I trusted her, because I believed in us. That trust was gone, shattered completely. Some betrayals are too deep to forgive. Some breaks are too absolute to mend. And on that Tuesday night, watching my wife kiss another man, I realized that sometimes love isn't enough to save a marriage when one person decides to destroy it. If you've ever faced this kind of betrayal, leave a comment below. How did you handle it? Did you stay or walk away? Hit like and subscribe for more real stories about relationships, trust, and the painful choices that come when bonds are broken. Sometimes the hardest truth is accepting that the person you love most is capable of hurting you in ways you never imagined.